There are 4 cities that ship back to the seller's market in Arizona this week. Welcome back, everyone, to my market update on the weekly basic. I'm going to show you all the information about the Arizona real estate market in today's episode. In overall, over the past week, the Arizona housing market continued to favor the buyers for sure. However, we see that there's a slow trend that 4 cities is actually coming back to the seller market. Okay. And we might see a reversal next week. Who knows, right? And definitely, I will continue watching the market for you and show you all the information that I find out about the housing market. But that's the introduction. And here we go. Here's the information for today market update. All right, let's go to the comfort market index first. Okay, the comfort market index show that there is a drop about 0.8% compared to last month for this week. Okay, that is actually, when you talk about 0.8, there's a lot of people disappointed about the drop, right? However, when you compare to the previous week decline, right, which is about 1.7% decline. Okay, the 0.8% is actually 53% increase compared to previous week. This tells us that while the condition is still slowly drifting toward a buyer's market, the downward momentum is losing speed. Okay, so slowing down. Okay, so it's still negative. It's still moving toward the buyer's market overall, but it's slowing down. Okay, so if you are a seller, actually this is a good news. Okay, the slide may be a big. Here's the reason why it's good news for you. That means eventually it's slow down, right? As it slow down, what is gonna happen next? It's gonna stop, and when it stop, it's bottom, and when it's bottom, that means it's gonna go up, because real estate or any kind of investment, they cannot go down forever, or they cannot go up forever, right? So it has to have down, it has to have up, but when it goes down, the good thing is it's slowing down. And as it's slowing down like that, we see that it's reaching the bottom of the trend, okay? And if you are the buyer, okay, thinking prices will keep falling forever, well, you have to have the second thought, okay? Right? And maybe if you still shopping around, you have to act faster. You have to act faster, because your negotiation power in this market may not last forever. Okay, all right. So the 4 cities that gains strength for the seller, okay, because of the slow decrease, there's 4 cities that are actually going favor to the seller. Okay, and the most noticeable one is actually, keep clicking. The most noticeable one is actually Paradise Valley. Okay, that is about 30% improvement in favor of the sellers. Paradise Valley is actually have been on the list that favorable to the seller for the last couple of weeks already, right? This week is a significant increase of 33%. Okay, that's the main reason is that there's not a lot of supply in Paradise Valley. Okay, where all the luxury homes located. Okay, when there's a situation that less supply, the seller, whoever listing their house on the market, has way more advantage and then leverage to negotiate with the buyer. And that's the reason why Paradise Valley is still a significant market for the seller. Okay, the 3 cities that showing sign that moving forward, the seller's market is actually Cave Creek is number 1, Goodyear is number 2, and Glendale is number 3. Those are the 3 cities that's actually moving towards sellers in today's market. Okay, improving seller negotiation, and even if they're not in red hot market yet. So this is a good news for the seller in those 3 cities. We see some momentum that the seller has an advantage there. Okay, but keep in mind it's not a strong power, right? So strong strength, right? So even though you have some signal here, okay, definitely continue watching the market, and then we'll continue follow with you to see for the information. Okay, so what about the remaining 13 cities? Okay, we have 13 cities that actually improve because Maricopa County have a total of 17 big large cities, right? 17 large cities. 4 is toward the seller. The remaining 13 is actually moving toward the buyers. Okay, who's the leading? Which city is taking the lead? We're talking about Avondale and Fountain Hills taking the lead, moving toward the buyers. Okay, these are the area where the buyer is still calling the shots, right? They don't have they don't have a lot of desire to buy in this area. Okay, plus there's a lot of choices, lots of options about houses in this area. Okay, that's mean the buyer has more negotiation power. Okay, and the seller of course gonna feel very pressure about that. Okay, if you are shopping in this area, okay, Avondale Fountain Hills, right, this may be a good window to negotiate, very good window to negotiate for you. Okay, for the seller and the buyer, what does it mean to you as a conclusion of this conversation today? The market has cooled for the seller. Market is cooling down, as we already noticed that for the last several weeks, several episodes. Okay, but it hasn't frozen. I heard a lot of buyer, a lot of seller like rushing to sell, and I had to stop them right away. There's no indication of the market crash at this time. It slowed down, it dropped price yet, but if you're talking about 20, 30%, 40% reduction, we're not going to see that in today's market. Okay. In fact, as you see, Paradise Valley, we're talking about Cave Creek or Goodyear Clinic. We actually have some momentum moving forward. The seller, right? Prices is actually cool down, but it's not crazily crash. Okay. For the buyer, if you still in like okay, if you are shopping around, but if you haven't made the decision yet, it could be either because you think you're gonna have this market forever, or maybe you feel like the market gonna continue dropping more significant. Well, be very cautious about that decision. Okay, and especially if you see inventory no longer available a lot on the market and it's actually starting dropping, you could lose your negotiation power. So be very careful about the decision. You of course I don't mean to rush any buyers into making the fast decision in today's market, right? But obviously definitely take a look at the inventory level, come back to my weekly market update, or even sign up for it and it will deliver it to your emails. Okay, so that you know when is the inventory go low again, and when that happens, you probably don't have a negotiation power anymore. Okay, well, if the final takeaway, thank you so much everyone for watching today. It's a short report because it's already in the middle of the week. Okay, but here's the Arizona housing market is slow, showing early sign of balance returning. Okay, with the momentum slowing. Okay, no longer favorable the seller at a full speed, but maybe like half of the speed when it started. Okay, we are definitely not in a free fall. Okay, we are waiting and watching zone for the both buyers and seller. The next few weeks will be crucial. Okay, of course, check back here if you want to hear more update about the real estate market update. If you don't have time to watch the full videos, more than welcome to check out the video on the blog that I have on my website. Either scan this QR code or maybe just simple go to magicalsuccessrealty.com and click on the market update button here. Okay, you're going to see all the market update every week. Okay, you can even sign up for it and receive the market update delivered to your inbox. Thank you, everyone. Bye bye.